Okay, we've headed back up on top, so I'm just going to start removing some of the airbox here. A couple of 10 mils. MAF sensor here. Squeeze point, just make sure it gets past there before we pull that off. Just pull this little bit of wiring out of there as well. Just take that off at the throttle body. Pop this engine cover out of the way as well. Now this should all be free here. It's obviously got some clips that are still holding in place. Just give it a good yank. And it needs to slide out of this section in on the side here. Get the airbox out. With the airbox gone, I can now just undo some of this wiring. Now I want to leave as much of the wiring harness on the engine as possible, which is the typical way to do this. So we've got a little green tab here that just needs to be pressed up. I can just pop this up here and we can see it sort of moves these little gears and stuff. It's quite a little process happens with these. That comes out. So, okay, just to give you a quick recap of how that plug there works. It's this little green tab, it locks this sort of arm here, so it's got to be slid up, and then you can kind of just pop this arm up out of the way. That's it. And then it slides those that then allow you to pull it off. If you do it any other way, you're going to break the clip. So again, the little clip there goes up. Just need to pop this off a little clip at the bottom. Pull it up and just go slow because this plastic here gets a little bit brittle. Sometimes I press down on those points as well. And just carefully wiggle it off. And we've got that out. Going to undo it from this point here as well. We have some more wiring that's coming down here and into the back of the fuse box, so let's pull this off. And again, it's got a bit of a sort of an arrangement to stop this lever from coming up. Look, they get a bit different over the years. It's sort of like this thing, like they never want this to come apart. We've got that little tab that comes out of here, and just gently pop that up and out and get that one off. And again, it's got a little clip at the back here, so we'll just pop that off that clip. It's just 2 squeeze points from either side. Look, and then we've got this one single wire that comes under here, and I can feel it going to a bolt that's underneath this fuse box, but we've got all this extra wiring here from these plugs, so we do need to do a little bit more work on this. Let's take these 3 bolts out of here. And I'll take this little one out of here so we've got a little bit more movement as well. Now with these bolts here loosened, and actually look, I might just get this plug here out of the way as well. Squeeze point at the front here, squeeze that, lift that up, just move it off to the side. Now with these 3 bolts loosened, I'm putting a little bit of upward pressure on here and I'm just popping these little tabs. So there's one, there's the second one, there's another one in on the front here. And probably one at the back. There we go, just wiggle that out. That's the fuse box, we'll just put it aside. What we want to do is get out these big plugs. So we'll pull that one out there. Got a couple of plastic little retainers here. I'm just going to, can't quite see how they're attached, so I'm just going to put a bit of oomph on them. Move that one out of the way. This one's got a little connection onto here, so I'm just going to squeeze that plug, drop that one out. Now we still have this earth lead that comes in underneath here, so I'm just going to remove the base of this. Bolt on the side. Two on the top. And just sort of now pop this plug out as well. You can see where it comes down now to that earth point there. And I'll just pop this clip here as well. I'm just going to sit this back roughly in its position. Okay, so what we've done is we've freed up all this wiring that went to that fuse box. So that's all pretty clear from there. That's just a lead, it's not going to bother us. Now it's not a must do, but it's just going to make things easier. I'm just going to take out this battery tray. It's some 12mm bolts. And it's also got a couple of sneaky bolts in underneath here. They're 12mm as well. So we've just got a few clips that we just need to work on. Now we can just get that out of the way. Like I said, you don't have to move that, but it's just going to give you a little bit more space. Hey, I just want to correct what I've done there. It doesn't actually look like I needed to even remove that bracket, so I've done way more there than what I sort of needed to. I'll just run these bolts back in just to keep them safe. And while I'm here, I'm going to just undo this plug as well. So we have a squeeze point here on the front. Leave that open, that up, and I'm just going to leave that bracket sitting on the car. Okay, things are going to be different in different parts of the world, but essentially most of the wiring looms are much the same. Just different options on your cars, things like that are going to give you some different things here. So just systematically go through and just make sure that there's nothing still connected on this side. Just pop that off. I've got an earth lead here, we better get that one off. Okay, so I've just made sure all the electrical connectors on this side are free. We've still got the engine mount and the fuel lines here. Now I've also got some coolant lines that run into the back of the thermostat housing. They're just a simple clamp, and we can just access that from the top. Squeeze and move those down. Now you're going to expect a little bit of coolant coming out of these as well. I've still got my tray underneath. There's the first one, and the second one's just back a little bit further. Access isn't too bad. You can hear all that coolant rushing out from the block. And I've got a big pan under there still catching all of that.